Hi y'all, you're watching the Big Jim Country Boy YouTube channel. Yeehaw!
Have you ever wanted to create your own wooden headboard? Well, today is your lucky day as we delve into the process of creating a rustic yet stylish wooden headboard. Imagine the satisfaction of creating something beautiful, functional, and uniquely yours. The best part? It's easier and more affordable than you might think. You'll start with preparing your wood, sanding it to a smooth finish and cutting it into the right shapes. Then you'll move on to assembling the pieces, marking attachment points, and fitting everything together. You'll add a personal touch with batting, foam, and fabric. And finally, you'll finish it off with a top rail and nailhead trim. What's more, this project isn't just about making a headboard. It's about learning new skills, being creative, and getting that incredible feeling of accomplishment when you see the finished product. So, gather your tools and enthusiasm, and let's dive into the project. The first step in our project is preparing the wood. This stage is crucial as the quality of your preparation can greatly impact the final product. The type of wood you select can also play a significant role in your project. For this rustic wooden headboard, we're going to use pine wood. Pine wood is not only affordable, but it's also easy to work with and has a pleasing grain that adds to the rustic charm of our headboard. Once you've selected your wood, it's time to get it ready. Start by sanding the cut surfaces with 120 grit sandpaper. This rougher grade of sandpaper is perfect for removing any splinters or rough edges. Remember, safety first. Always wear a mask to avoid inhaling dust and goggles to protect your eyes. After you've sanded the cut surfaces, it's time to smooth out the front and side wood surfaces. For this, we'll switch to a finer grit sandpaper between 300 to 400. This will ensure a smooth finish, perfect for our rustic headboard. Next, we'll cut the wood pieces. You can do this by hand, but for a more precise cut, a miter saw is preferred. When cutting, make sure to measure twice and cut once. This old adage is a reminder to double-check your measurements before making the cut. It's easier to double-check than to recut a new piece of wood. After the wood is cut, we will mark the attachment points on the lower brace. This step is important as it will serve as our guide when we begin to assemble the headboard. The marks should be clear and precise, ensuring a proper fit and alignment. Once your wood pieces are ready, we can move on to the next step. Remember, the key to a successful project is in the preparation. Take your time and make sure your pieces are well prepared. This will make the assembly process smoother and your final product something to be proud of. Now that our wood is prepared, it's time to assemble our headboard. This part of the process is like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, except you've made the pieces yourself. It's where we get to see the fruits of our labor coming together piece by piece. Our first step in the assembly is to mark the attachment points on the lower brace. This is where our careful measurements from earlier come into play. Remember, accurate marking is crucial at this stage. It's like the old saying goes, measure twice, cut once. But in this case, it's measure twice, mark once. Once the points are marked, it's time to dry fit the headboard. This step is like a dress rehearsal for the final assembly. It allows us to see how all the pieces fit together before we make it permanent. And it's not just about making sure the pieces fit, it's about making sure they look right too. This is your chance to step back and see how the headboard is shaping up. If something doesn't look quite right, this is the time to adjust. Now onto the exciting part, attaching the slats to the braces. This is where our headboard starts to take shape. We'll begin with the outermost slats and work our way in. Remember to align each slat with the marks we made on the lower brace. This ensures a level alignment and a solid fit. But we're not done yet. It's time to attach the center slats. This is where the precision of our earlier work pays off. Each center slat should fit snugly between the outer slats, creating a solid, sturdy structure. The center slats not only add to the aesthetic appeal of our headboard, but they also provide additional support, making our headboard as strong as it is beautiful. And let's not forget about safety. As we're attaching the slats, it's important to make sure we're using the right tools and techniques. Always use the appropriate protective gear and remember to work in a well-ventilated area if you're using any adhesives or finishes. As we near the end of our assembly, it's time to step back and admire our work. Look at what we've created. A custom handcrafted headboard, ready to add a touch of rustic charm to any bedroom. But we're not quite done yet. There's still the top rail to add, and then it's on to the finishing touches. With all the slats in place, we're ready to add the final touches. But that's a story for the next scene. For now, let's bask in the satisfaction of a job well done. We've taken raw materials and turned them into something beautiful and functional. And that, my friends, is the magic of woodworking. The base of our headboard is now complete, but we're not done yet. Let's take it up a notch by adding a top rail. This not only gives a finished look to our creation, but also provides additional stability. It's a simple step, really. Just cut a piece of wood to the length of your headboard and secure it to the top using screws or nails. Make sure it's flush with the back of your headboard to maintain a neat and clean look. Now, if you want to add a plush touch to your headboard, here's where you can let your creativity shine. You can upholster your headboard with batting, foam, and fabric. Start by cutting foam to the length of the wood, then use a strong adhesive to glue the foam to the plywood. It's essential to give it a good amount of time to dry. Once the foam is secure, lay out your batting, center it on the foam, and pull it taut over the edges of the wood. Use a staple gun to affix it to the back of the headboard, ensuring it's smooth and wrinkle-free. Next up, choose your fabric. It can be anything that suits your style and decor. Lay the fabric over the batting and follow the same steps as before, pulling it taut and stapling it to the back of the wood. For a professional look, make sure the fabric pattern, if any, is straight and aligned. Finally, for an extra bit of flair, consider adding a nailhead trim around the edges of your headboard. They come in strips that you can easily cut to size and affix with small nails. And there you have it. Our headboard is now complete and ready for use. We've transformed simple pieces of wood into a functional and stylish piece of furniture. It's a testament to what a bit of creativity and elbow grease can achieve. So go ahead, place it behind your bed, and enjoy your new rustic wooden headboard. So, are you ready to make your own wooden headboard? Let's quickly recap the journey we've been on together in this video. We began with the essential step of preparing the wood, ensuring it's smooth and splinter-free. Remember, a well-prepped wooden surface is the foundation of any great woodworking project. Next, we moved on to cutting the wood pieces. Whether you choose to cut by hand or use a miter saw, precision is key. Our marks for attachment points on the lower brace guided us, ensuring that every piece fits together like a puzzle. The dry fit of the headboard was our first glimpse of the final product. This step allowed us to make any necessary adjustments before the final assembly. We then attached the slats to the braces, followed by the center slats, drilling holes as we went along. The top rail was our final structural addition, giving our headboard a polished look and solidifying its sturdiness. But we didn't stop there. We took it a step further by adding batting, foam, and fabric, transforming our wooden headboard into a plush, comfortable masterpiece. The beauty of this project lies in its affordability and simplicity. With a little time, patience, and creativity, you can create a stunning, rustic wooden headboard that adds warmth and charm to your bedroom. It's a testament to the fact that you don't need to spend a lot to achieve a gorgeous look. We hope you've been inspired by this video and feel ready to tackle your own woodworking project. Whether you're a seasoned DIY enthusiast or a beginner, there's a unique sense of satisfaction in creating something with your own hands. Don't forget to share your creations with us. We'd love to see how you've made this project your own. Thank you for watching, and remember, the only limit to what you can create is your imagination.